Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our final presentation. My name is Delaney Hershey, and I was the team leader for Group 8, and today we will be going over our marketing plan, strategy, and advertising campaign we created for NISM. Next slide, Ariana. Okay, thank you. Just starting with a brief agenda. So today we will go over our executive summary and introduction, a little bit about NISM, followed by our analysis with our situation and SWOT analysis, our marketing strategy, our marketing mix, which is our advertising campaign, and then a closing summary. So starting with a little overview and executive summary of our project. So essentially the ad campaign we came up with was Invest in Yourself, the Smart Strategy, which is essentially a digital advertising campaign that focuses on making NISM the #1 choice for social media certification and education. So through our research, we found key target audiences of college students and marketing professionals. And our research informed us that we could advertise NISM as a key to building professional experience, and that it's an investment in yourself and your professional career. And so we based all of this upon market demographics, market trends, NISM's value proposition, and their branding perception. Next slide. Okay, so a little bit to start with NISM. To start our marketing plan and our advertising campaign, we really kind of dove into the research and the background of the organization. So it was founded in 2011 and sets the industry standard in social media education and certification. NISM also works to build a professional community for those who take its certification and has other resources on its website, such as a job board, webinars, and a blog. There's 3 main products that NISM has for certifications, and they span across individual, agency, and educational partners. And then the certification exam covers 6 content domains. And NISM has a bunch of other products on its site, such as practice set, study bundles, and these range in prices that are pretty affordable to significantly more expensive. But essentially with NISM, there is a significant value for customers in the vision and positioning of NISM. It sets the industry standard, and there's huge value in that for NISM to differentiate itself from competitors, and also huge value for customers looking for jobs.
So here is our SWOT analysis, starting with our strengths. NISM is, designed by educators and leaders, which, really helps us make sure that our digital marketing communications education promotes these core skills that you're going to need for a social media career, as well as, you are creating a lifelong community with other professionals who are also in the social media community, and allows for online, in-person, and both blended options. So you can be, you have the option to go in and be online. Some of the weaknesses that you'll see are the prices. Even though NISM is on the, you could say cheaper side, it is still pretty expensive. And some schools plus employers do not require you to have NISM. But opportunities that NISM could use is to encourage companies to promote their employees, making sure that that certification is recommended and required from certain demographics. And then, creating university clubs such as AMA, NISM could have their own, as well as, having that unique value proposition for developmental opportunities. And lastly, our threats is there's lack of competitive advantage. And obviously there are cheaper competitors. Like I said, we are on the cheaper side, but that doesn't mean that we are relatively the cheapest. And then the price increases devalue the need for NISM. Next slide.
So moving on to the situation analysis. So as I mentioned before with the market demographics, the 2 main target audiences we identified that would be interested in NISM's offering would be college students, and they would probably major in subjects such as marketing, communications, graphic design, or any business related field. As for marketing professionals, we concluded that marketing professionals would have a specific interest in social media. Because they work in marketing, they are college educated, both men and women, but likely more women than men. They earn white collar salaries and may work in professions such as social media managers or coordinators. They're definitely older than college students and they may not have as much experience in social media. Next slide.
So moving on to the market growth trends that we identified within the social media management market, it is one of the fastest growing markets, especially after COVID, because everything switched to online. So there is a huge need and demand for social media knowledge. And more companies post COVID-19 have been demanding potential employees and candidates to participate in some form of social media training. They're very much encouraging people to do that before they enter the field. And the market is expected to increase at a common annual growth rate of 23.6% from 2021 to 2028. So that's a huge expected increase, and $41.6 million is the expected market share in 2028. So we're expecting that the market is going to be highly favorable for us. And this is due to innovations in technology. Like I said, after COVID, there's been a huge shift towards online processes, and this can increase an organization's demand for mobile-based advertising, and that obviously requires social media marketing techniques.
So as for direct competition, we have two primary, hold on, my damn, can we cut because my damn like notes came off. So as for competition, we've broken down competition into two sections, direct and indirect. As for direct competition, NSAM, well-established organizations like Hootsuite, HubSpot, and Coursera pose direct competition threats. As for indirect competition would be more along the lines of colleges that provide degrees or concentrations in social media, as well as social media platforms that provide certifications like LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, or Instagram. Next slide.
So moving on to the marketing strategy. So starting with the value proposition, as like we discussed before in the introduction slide for NISM, there's a lot of value it has for its customer base and for potential customers. So they have a lot of flexibility in its certification and how customers can earn it. So they have online and in-person and blended learning opportunities, in addition to setting the industry standard in social media certification, as I mentioned previously. So therefore, there's multiple benefits for customers interested in NISM's offering. So as far as rational benefits go, NISM certification can really help customers with better marketing work or output, help them be more educated or more knowledgeable on industry marketing problems or social media problems. And NISM certification also serves as a resume builder and a networking opportunity, as NISM has that professional community. Additionally, alongside the rational benefits, there's also emotional benefits. So consumers may feel proud or accomplished when they complete NISM certification. They may feel more confident in their skills as a social media manager or as a marketer in general. Next slide.
So our core marketing objectives is to make NISM the #1 choice in social media education and position NISM as a necessary resume builder for the target market, as Delaney was saying. And this can be accomplished through increasing sales growth, growing brand awareness, and increasing the website's organic traffic. It is important to understand the KPIs of each of these marketing objectives. So starting with sales growth, obviously we wanted to focus on conversion rates, customer retention, and sales growth. So with these, we can know how much we are actually growing from the kind of marketing campaign that we will be using. And then second, brand awareness. Obviously, the more that people know about our brand, the more that we will increase traffic and increase those sales growth. And this will be able to measure through our unique visitors and number of clicks. And then lastly, going on to organic traffic, this will be measured through the page views per visit, bounce rate, and average visit duration. And obviously, these will also help us figure out how to make NISM the #1 choice.
The ideal target market would consist of two major audiences: students seeking to launch a career in digital and social media and marketing, as well as marketing professionals. These marketing professionals may be pivoting into a career in social media or already in sales or marketing related fields that are looking to expand their knowledge on social media. The differentiated marketing approach would be ideal to target several market segments. We're planning to reach the market of students through the use of social media and through schools and universities. As for professionals already in the work field, we plan on targeting them through the use of digital marketing plan. Next slide.
So moving on to our branding perception for NISM, as stated prior, we really want to be the industry standard and useful to all demographics, not just older professionals or younger college students. We want to be open and inviting to everybody, and we want this to be seen as the key to having an advantage as a job candidate, which can be important across all age categories. And we also want to promote connections with the world, better opportunities and knowledge. So we want NISM to be perceived as really open and inviting for people to feel that they want to participate in our programs.
So moving on to the creative brief. Our main objective here with our creative brief was to to establish brand awareness for NISM and make it the #1 choice for social media certification and education. So the objective we came up with was to establish this brand awareness amongst NISM professionals, NISM2 marketing professionals and college students as a necessary resume builder that can advance their career goals as they search for internships and full-time job opportunities. We will be targeting college students and marketing professionals with this campaign, so their ages vary and they have different interests. But next slide, please. So this slide kind of goes more in depth with what the interests of our target audience and what they're kind of looking for with NISM. So they understand the importance of building a solid resume and constantly want to remain competitive in the job market. They're like college students interested in NISM are likely business or marketing majors, as I mentioned previously, and our other marketing professionals may want to improve their resume for other job opportunities.
So will you go back one more slide? No, to the target insight. Perfect, thank you. So moving on to the target insight, obviously we wanted to make our target audience focus on those who, feel like they need those extra teachings on social media versus those who don't. And we definitely wanted to use people who did want NISM to stand out from their competitors. Obviously, everyone, when they're in the looking for a job part of their career, they want to make sure that they are the #1, that they're the top candidate for their future employers. So using NISM will definitely give them that extra boost.
The benefit of NSIM is easy to address. NSIM certification strengthens resumes and allows for individuals who are seeking job opportunities to have an advantage over others pursuing the same career path. As for reasons to believe, online certifications are always a great way for an individual looking to hone or expand their skill set, especially if that individual is seeking a job or career transition. As said on the LinkedIn, the National Institute for Social Media is the first organization to dedicate itself to social media education and certification. NSIM provides in-depth teachings on social media marketing. NSIM allows for individuals to stand out and differentiate themselves from others who lack an NSIM certification, as previously said. NSIM features a great community that offers connections through numerous professionals and resources who have been in the social media marketing industry for years. NSIM also provides users with network building experience through blogs from the NSIM team and access to other NSIM users as well. Next slide.
So moving on to the tone and manner of our campaign, like I said previously, the campaign should be open and inviting to assist in targeting a new demographic, conveying NISM support of education and professional development at the same time, which is why we want everybody to feel that they are being spoken to in our ad campaign. To appeal to younger potential consumers, the campaign should consist of a semi-formal conversational language, but not entirely casual, to maintain some level of authenticity. So we want to kind of balance that level between being too casual and too informal and being super professional, just to, again, assist in targeting a younger demographic as well. And as far as the legal and mandatories, we will abide by all copyrights, follow regulatory standards, and give credit to any and all content creators for our campaign. We will follow and comply with all social media platform standards and guidelines. And as far as our expected output, we will deliver 4 advertisements, including 1 hero ad and 3 other variations of that ad.
So moving on to our advertising campaign and marketing mix. Next slide. So to start with our hero ad, so we really envisioned our strategy to be a digital advertisement. And here we're really focusing on establishing brand awareness and NISM certification as a necessary resume builder, hence the invest in yourself, the SMART strategy. We want to highlight how people who take the NISM certification rise above the job industry competition. And here we're kind of driving home the point of graduating seniors from college. It's really a way for them to stand out and invest in themselves and their professional development. So this is flexible for many different display, Instagram, LinkedIn, posts, or ads. It's really about investing in yourself and beating the competition. Next slide.
So if you haven't already gathered, we really want to make NISM the standard. And with this advertisement in particular, we wanted to make sure that it was relatable to those marketing professionals who have already gone through school and, maybe just want to advance their knowledge in social media. So with the be the standard, we definitely just want to make to communicate that NISM is the standard, and that through them, you can take your career to the next level and land that promotion that you've been trying to get.
Moving on to our next graphic, we have this one here. It's a digital advertisement. It says "Get social media certified without breaking the bank." That was our tagline we kind of wanted to put with this one. And this just emphasizes the affordability of NISM's offerings. And this will help to gain a competitive advantage in the market. And it also targets both college students and marketing professionals, because it's a pretty universal worry or concern to be saving money. And this addresses one of our identified pain points, which is the expense of NISM's offerings and the accessibility of them. So this allows us to kind of shut down those concerns before they arise. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which would be suitable for all social media platforms. But we think this one would be extremely beneficial for LinkedIn, because it's more focused on finances, and that would really speak to the audience that is on LinkedIn.
So finally, for our last ad, so this was really focusing on resume building and how the certification can be used as an entry point into professional development, and then in turn open up access to different opportunities. So you can become more educated, can take on more tasks at work, or seriously build your career path. And we wanted to ensure that this covered we covered our target audiences extensively, but this is aimed more at marketing professionals, but also does work for college students. And again, this is following that digital format for different social media accounts. Next slide.
As far as our advertising distribution for this campaign, we really want to focus on social media platforms, which is fitting per NISM's offerings and their high focus on social media knowledge. So Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn would all be suitable platforms for our campaign to be displayed on. And we could also implement some kind of paid ads or display ads within this distribution, and have those so that we kind of have more of a solidified known reach with those. And then we also kind of brainstormed some other maybe non-conventional forms of distribution, and bulletin boards on a college campus would be a great way to reach that specific target in our target market, and have a little bit of a unique approach to the distribution.
In all the advertisements, the NISM logo is clearly visible and easy to find. This will increase brand awareness and create brand recognition through the logo. NISM will aim to capture users' attention through a call of action of finding out more information on a variety of offerings. Potential NSIM users will be more inclined to visit the website with a combination of advertisements, brand recognition through the logo, and a clear call to action. Key performance indicators for marketing will be measured in 3 main forms, which are sales growth, brand awareness, and organic traffic. Next slide.
So finally, moving on to our closing summary. Thank you for attending and watching our presentation. In order to elongate this work, we really suggest NISM to monitor KPIs and make adjustments, try to implement different mediums for our advertising campaign, and interact with customers to help establish that brand awareness. We believe once NISM does this, it can then move on to brand recognition and continue to capitalize on driving demand for its certification. So invest in yourself, invest in the SMART strategy. Thank you.